So one area that this raises, and I think this question wasn't on the original list that I shared, but I'm gonna throw it out there as a curveball because I love this topic about community and engagement and how tactics have changed. Zachery, I know you mentioned that. I think for Metropolis World, Discord's a really key part of the strategy, right? That's what works. But certainly, I think we've all seen conversations on Twitter and maybe more on LinkedIn where some people are rejecting Discord, right? So I'd love to hear from everyone about like what you think about can a project be successful without a Discord community, right? Are there any substitutes for Discord that you're seeing, and sort of talk about the hot topic of, does an NFT project have to have a Discord server?
I think currently at the moment, I guess my answer for that, currently at the moment, I think that a project has to have a Discord and have that exclusivity and have some private chats and have engagement that you can do constantly. You can do the same thing on Telegram, but Telegram's messy, as we said earlier. It's just not the same thing. I think there's a few alternatives coming out. I'm sure somebody's working on it. I think OV has something in the works. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention it or not, so I won't. But maybe somebody will replace Discord soon for Web3, but I don't see it happening until it's fully set in place, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it is definitely entrenched for better or worse. Richard, what are your thoughts on that?
So Discord wasn't built for what it's being used for right now. It's not secure. There's a lot of stuff going on. I know there's a lot of changes taking place, but there are a lot of substitutes coming on. Some that we've actually seen just in the past few weeks that are other places that you can go, and they offer. They've leapfrogged in a lot of respects. And the engagement, they make it easier to engage, and a lot of other cool things that we've seen. And the other thing, I think that you're going to see a more omni-channel, multifaceted effect. Like, I think you're going to see things go more mature again, right? You're going to see I think you'll see like marketing automation, emails, text messages. You're going to see the different projects wanting to communicate on as many different channels, many different ways as possible to activate all touch points, but also it'll give them access to much more data, right? That right now a lot of things are shielded, but it's not just for that, but that'll be another benefit that will spur on this evolution.
Yeah, no, you have a great point there for sure about the data points, and I think communicating through the channels, like reaching your audiences through the channels they prefer. Cecile, I see you have your hand raised. I'm sure you have a perspective on this.
Yeah, Discord has its limitations, and I have my complaints about it as well. For now, it works, but I don't think all projects need a Discord. I think it's only when it makes sense. And actually, I've been thinking about this for quite some time, and I predict that there will be this race for Web3 companies to sort of cut the largest possible pie from the Web2 population that are not yet on Web3. And this means that the channels are going to change. They're going to have to sort of build a transition or something that's Web2 people friendly, because that population is much bigger than the current Web3 population, right? And I'm starting to see teams that are starting to look into bringing Web2 companies and people into Web3, because I think that's also a big market.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And just sort of touching more on channels. I've really appreciated projects that where I can give a number and receive text message updates, right? Again, I think it does really depend on the project. Mark, I think I saw you had your hand raised.
Yeah, the Discord, I mean, even Richard says, because Richard has such a large collection of NFTs, and I do to an extent, more on different aspects, but Discord is hard to get a lot of if you're in a lot of groups, especially in Discord too, it's hard to get all the announcements when you're just in so many different areas and different Discord groups. It's hard to get if you have an important announcement that comes live, it's really hard to see that for some people who are in so many collections and doing so many different things in this space. And that's why, again, bringing up the email and marketing automation stuff is definitely something that could be worthwhile, just to kind of help on that end, just to get the most important information out to your biggest holders. And I see the landscape of just social media changing as a whole with the whole blockchain technology. I mean, I've been researching a few protocols myself that have been utilizing many different ways to gate content with NFTs, to gate groups with NFTs, um, to even sell your own posts that you create with NFTs. And when you really think about the broad spectrum of this space and how it's going to go in the years to come, I mean, everyone right now on their MetaMask, that's going to be your profile, right? That's going to be the place to see where you've been connected to from your wallet, where you've been posting, where you've been going on the blockchain, and stuff like that. It's going to be your own identity on the blockchain for the first time ever. So it's going to be very interesting to see, not only from the people that are going to overtake potentially Discord, but also the whole social media aspect as well, developing around this technology for years to come in this space, right? It's just I always like to think of this stuff. I go into such long thoughts in my head about this because it blows my mind away.